And welcome back to the Big BR Show, and that's 428 Chase on YouTube. Well, we just got to do a little bit of Bad Company, Simple Man, and I decided if between songs we need to get back to a little bit of comedy relief. I got one by Cheech and Chong called "Up His Nose." Let's get into it.
Mr. Stromberg, is it?
Yes, doctor, Mr. Stromberg.
And what seems to be your problem, sir?
Doctor, it's not my problem. It's my son, Jaime. He's acting like an animal. Get down off there, Jaime. Get down off the doctor. Here, come over here. Here, sit. That's good boy. His biscuit.
Well, Mr. Stromberg, there is a very good veterinarian down the hall if
Listen,
you care.
listen, doctor. Don't misundertake me. It's not that problem. The problem is his nose.
Well, I see that. However, Mr. Stromberg, I'm not a plastic surgeon.
No,
I'm
no,
just a
no, no,
general
no,
doctor.
doctor. That's not the problem at all again. Listen very carefully. Ever since he was a little boy, everything he's finding around the house, he sticks up his nose. Everything that's laying around the house, up his nose it goes. He started out small. First it was maybe a piece of rice, a bean, a jujube. Then he got bigger and bigger, a walnut, a peanut. Then he started on change. First it was a penny, the nickel, a quarter, $50, silver dollars. He's got 4 knocks up his nose. Listen.
Well, that is rather musical. Perhaps you can use him as a maraca.
Listen, doctor, jokes I don't need. What I need is a normal little boy who don't stick every toy I get him up his nose. Trains and boats and planes he's got up his nose. Everything that goes up his nose, I can believe it, doctor. And last week, a whole bagel with lox and cream cheese. I asked him, what, your toy's hungry maybe or something? How about some olives? Oh, doctor, I'm going out of my mind. But last night was the topper of all the toppers. I'm coming home from work. I work hard. Let me tell you, doctor, I don't mind telling you I work hard, but not for me. For my wife, for my family, not one thought about me. Everything's for them. I'm coming home. I'm going in the kitchen, maybe have a little glass tea. And out in the alley, I'm hearing a noise. So I'm saying to myself, what this noise? Could it be burglar? Yes, it could be burglar. So I'm getting my gun. Doctor, let me tell you, I don't like to carry gun. But today, you can't go out on the street without the Yankees and the Schwarzers getting you. So I'm looking at my gun. And I'm noticing inside my gun are no bullets. Where are the bullets, I'm asking myself? Where else? Up his nose. So we get the kid out of the bed, sure enough, the bullets are in his nose. How we gonna get him out? They're stuck in there. We can't get the bullets out. We give him whole Dr. Brown's cream soda, stand him on his head, shake him up and down. Nothing but foam all over. So, doctor, I'm coming to you and I'm begging, I'm pleading, please get the bullets out of his nose, please.
Well, I'll see what I can do. Come here, son. Come here. Come on, up here. There we go. Well, let me see. Nurse, hand me those pliers. Thank you. They are wedged in here pretty tight, aren't they? Well, let me see. Hand me that hammer. Thank you, nurse.
Doctor, you did it! Everything's out of his nose, doctor, thank you! And listen, doctor, keep the change.
And we're back. So once again, that was Cheech and Chong with "Up His Nose." So I think Cheech and Chong probably was my first inspiration to try to be a comedian myself. Um, Me and a friend of mine, we used to reenact a couple of Cheech and Chong's routines, and I even was I did it, and I used to try to imitate Cheech and Chong myself. Even if my friend wasn't around, I'd do both parts. And I was so recognized for doing my Cheech and Chong impressions at school. That I was actually, because you know how some schools, I don't know if you remember back in high school, they had the morning announcements. You're in homeroom and then you had morning. And well, at my school, I was actually an audio man, uh, who did handled the audio for the school announcements. I always had to play like, like an introduction, intro to the um, uh, announcements. I used to play a little bit of music, and then it was like an instrumental, and then I would fade the music out and turn the mics up for the announcer. So I'm sure you're all also familiar with the high school football teams. They go and play another team away, and then when they come back home, they have the homecoming game, what have you. And the announcers, they actually asked me to do the morning announcements, at least regarding the homecoming, and they wanted me to do it as Cheech and Chong voices. And again, that was like, you know, high school, many, many, many years ago. But I remember the opening was like, "Oh, hey man, you're going to the homecoming." Like, "Oh, far out, man. Yeah, I'm going." Something like that. Anyway, so I was a big fan of Cheech and Chong, and like I said, I did memorize some of their routines and used to, try to imitate them, with my friends, so forth, or at parties, what have you, and then eventually, the next, I mean, like I said, that was my first, you know, inkling to try to do or do impressions of comedians. But the next one up was Richard Pryor. A friend of mine turned me on to Richard Pryor. So I used to do some Richard Pryor impressions, and then eventually George Carlin. Well, George Carlin became my, go-to for comedy after that. Um, and I did a lot of imitations of George Carlin, for friends and even coworkers. But Cheech and Chong, in my opinion, were really, really talented comedians, and really didn't come to, like I said, I heard a lot of their stuff back in, high school, and probably didn't realize how much talent that they actually had, but they did have a lot of funny stuff. But in my in my most recent years, revisiting some of their routines, you know, I was reminded that this was one of the funniest ones that I liked and remembered from way back. Up his nose. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that one, and I plan on doing. Sorry, there was no video for that, just the audio. But it's like listening to music. You don't necessarily need to see the band to like a song. So, um, so I hope you guys found this as funny as I did, and please leave a comment about it if you did enjoy it. Otherwise, I hope you all have a nice and goodbye now.